Hello and welcome to Theta Sigma's Doctor Who podcast number 19. As promised, this week is a Big Finish review podcast featuring War Against the Larn, Justice of Joxer, Seeds of War and Smoke and Mirrors. As with all my reviews, I'll try and make them spoiler free, but you have been warned.
Subscribers get more at bigfinish.com.
The violence of your people sickens us. Leave us. Now, leave us to the sands of life.
But you don't understand. What you're doing could endanger...
Leave us.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who, War Against the Larn.
Stay where you are. Do not move or we will open the fire.
Here we go again.
Look out!
This must be one of the Elder Larn, the second of the three. Get back, everyone!
Open fire!
No! Get back!
It's happening again! Get out of here now!
The war with the Larn is about to begin, unless we can put a stop to it.
I want that creature cut open. I want to know what makes it tick.
If that creature is killed, the entire Larn race will attack. If all of them go on the warpath at once, then there's no chance, you understand me? There won't be time for you to commit genocide, there won't be time for you to do anything except to die!
War Against the Larn is in effect the final two parts of the Larn story that started with the Sands of Life. I've heard some fans say that War of the Larn is where Tom Baker really nails the part of the Doctor, and I have to say they're right. Baker's performance in this story is amazing, and it's so easy to visualise him in a mid-70s TV production of this story. I guess if I have any criticism of the story, it's that this was released over 2 CDs under separate titles in a vain attempt to make it 2 separate stories. Sands of Time and War Against the Larn dovetail perfectly into one 4-part story, very much in the style of a typical Tom Baker era TV setup. But what of the story itself? It picks up immediately from the cliffhanger at the ends of Sands of Time, and we're straight into an action-packed conclusion that takes the listener along for a ride without hesitation. As those who've listened to the Sands of Time would expect, we learn more about Cuthbert and the conglomerate in this story, but I'm sure you're aware that there's even more to come on that thread. Mary Tam's Romana has a lot to do in this story and really shines through, with Tam giving a realistic and engaging performance. Would I recommend this? Yes, I would, without hesitation, but I would recommend that if you've not yet listened to the Sands of Time, you do so before hearing War Against the Larn.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. The Fourth Doctor Adventures. Doctor Who, The Justice of Joxer.
Who do we know in this time period?
You'd be surprised. Romana. I think I know just the men.
Stab me vitals! That's impossible!
Oh, as I live and breathe, Professor George Lightfoot and Henry Gordon Jago. I wondered if I could trouble you two for the merest jot of your time.
I would have thought you'd have developed the internal combustion engine by now, rather than being reliant on livestock. Still, if you insist.
Whoever your killer is, I think he spent the last month taking the law into his own hands.
I see. Like a murderous version of the pugilist.
Yes, exactly. The Who?
What in the name of... Whereas I enjoy doing this. Ah! Told you God was coming for you, Mr. Stone. Upon my soul, it's the pugilist.
Yes, now for the rest of your life, do you? We've got a better chance of escape if we work together. What do you say?
What in the name of hell is that?
Where is Stone?
Oh, keep it away from me! No!
Subscribers get more at bigfinish.com.
The next in this series of 4th Doctor audios is The Justice of Joxer. Now, when I heard this title, I immediately thought of the Judgment of Iskar from the 5th Doctor Key to Time trilogy of audios and thought, hold on a mo, we've been here and done this. But how wrong I was. For this story, think Judge Dredd but with a fully automated judge. The robot Justice is a stroke of genius and kept well hidden until quite a way into the story. Of course, there is the usual twisted human villain who, having found the robot, is trying to use it for his own ends. This story rattles along at a pace, and again it's easy to imagine as one of Tom Baker's TV outings. I would certainly recommend this to anyone who's not yet listened to any of the Tom Baker range as a good stepping on point.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who. The Seeds of War.
It's been hard. The last year especially. Rationing, riots. Delica's a no-go area.
You shouldn't have risked it.
The military were going to be there. What could go wrong?
The war was just a disturbance in the outer systems. We thought it'd be over in a few years.
Why are you keeping the Doctor locked up? He's not some common criminal, you know.
What would you call a collaborator?
Well, been nice knowing you! Ironic I survived the last years of the war just to get blown up on my own charters!
It's too late! The whole thing's coming down!
Run, man, run!
You're sure, Doctor? Because you know we're already there. Inside your mind.
Subscribers get more at bigfinish.com.
The Colin Baker story, Seeds of War, is the last in the current Sixth Doctor and Mel trilogy, and sees the pair finding humanity on its knees after finally winning a war that has drained its resources to the max. The Doctor and Mel find themselves doing all they can to save the human race, but in the background, the enemy that the humans thought was defeated is still lurking, and it's an enemy that the Doctor has met before. This is a rip-roarer of a story in which Mel, as played by Bonnie Langford, really shines. Good performances from Colin Baker and the rest of the cast make this well worth a listen, and this new old enemy is well worth waiting for. A definite 9 out of 10 for me, and highly recommended. Finally in this review podcast, Smoke and Mirrors. This is the 5th in a series of 50th anniversary stories, The Destiny of the Doctor. I have to admit, when I first saw that Tegan Javanka actress Janet Fielding was performing this, I thought I would really have to work hard to get through it all. But I was wrong. Fielding's reading of this adventure is superb, and while her impressions of the other leading players is far from spot on, the story itself carries that in such a way that you know exactly who is talking every time. This is a well-realised story that is really evocative of the era, and yes, there is the now expected appearance from the 11th Doctor as well. We also meet an old friend, well, technically speaking an old enemy, along the way. Smoke and Mirrors is a vast improvement on the Babelsphere, and here's hoping that the series continues on this upward trend.
Come here, you scrumptious little beauty. A box?
Doctor, what is it?
I've got mail.
This week's feedback comes from a couple of posts following last week's Martha Jones podcast. B, from the Facebook page Doctor Who, said, "I enjoyed that immensely. Thank you. Perhaps it's my weakness for the underdogs, but I always enjoyed Martha, finding her to be one of the new Doctor's more capable companions. I quite enjoyed seeing them explore the Doctor's desire for friendship in the face of a companion who openly loved him. She pretty much did a rookie companion mistake and had to suffer for it like others before her. I do think the 10th Doctor took her a bit for granted, too busy wallowing in self-pity, though being a little over-dramatic when he can get away with it is a common Doctor personality flaw. Just look at Sarah Jane when dealing with the 4th Doctor. But, like Leela, I always respect companions who just walk away rather than pining." Thanks for that, B, and for those of you who've not yet been over to see the page Doctor Who and share the love and likes, do get on over there. It's simply Doctor Who ? Melissa from the Facebook page An Awful Lot of Running to Do, and if you've not yet been there that's well worth a look as well, said, "I did admire her for walking away instead of being with someone who didn't want to be with her. I don't blame her for falling for the Doctor. He is amazing and the David Tennant version is very good looking. She was Rebound Girl and did a lot of brave things, walking around the world for a year holding on to the plan. That's quite impressive. I probably would have revealed it in some way or another, especially because I don't like lying." Thanks again for your feedback, everyone. And if you have any feedback on the show, please feel free to leave it on the post, or you can email me at respectthething@outlook.com. Well, that's all for this week. Once again, sorry for the lateness of the podcast, but as is often the way, real life has a habit of sticking a spanner in the wheels. Next week we continue our look at the Doctors and the actors who played the role with Colin Baker and the 6th Doctor. So until then...
Well, goodbye, my boy.
You did quite well. Quite well. It's reassuring to know that my future is in safe hands.
Thank you for listening to Theta Sigma's Doctor Who podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are all copyright and property of the BBC, and no infringement is intended.